All right. So what was your reaction a couple years ago when Tom said he was going to do this again, and he wanted to use some of your money to do it?
I thought it was wonderful. I mean, I think he's exceptionally talented, and would, I couldn't see. I mean, I thought this would be a wonderful thing for him to try.
What was different this time than last? I mean, obviously he kind of started campaigning and then got the news about the company and pulled out. But did you feel that this was the time that this was going to happen and he was going to be governor?
Well, yes, I think that he turned the company around and it made it even more successful than when he sold it, those 4 or 5 years earlier. He gave it his all and made a huge, not only personal investment, financial investment, but of himself into this enterprise, and it worked out. I mean, his efforts really paid off well, and he took something that was on its last legs and really turned it around, and I thought that was really exceptional.
So how did you handle the campaign trail? I had actually talked with Tom about this, and he was saying, like, oh, he hadn't been on the treadmill in a while, and he kind of had gotten out of his daily routine. How did that go with you, the days that you were on the road and when it really came down to the wire?
I wasn't there all the time on the campaign, but I made sure that try to keep the domestic side of things. And sometimes when Tom would come home, we'd have dinner at 10 o'clock at night, but it would be our time to catch up with each other. But it was rigorous. I mean, he really, really worked hard and really went out there, and worked hard. And I got a really strong sense of it in the last 10 days of the campaign, when we had the bus tour around the state.
Yeah.
And that, that was fun, but it was physically challenging, just getting out there. But everyone was so nice, so welcoming. I mean, it made it fun. But I had a sense of the rigors of what he went through day after day after day.
How did you handle when some of the negativity came out? From during the primary, the McCord campaign seemed to be especially aggressive. How did you handle that?
I know who Tom is, and I know that, the kind of person he is, the goodness of him, and I knew who he was, and who he wasn't. And I felt very comfortable with, how he presented himself, and I knew what the truth was.
So is visiting a school an indication of things to come, or do you have a specific issue that you plan
I don't. At this point, I'm giving myself to the administration, to Tom's administration, and to help with the issues that they're working on. And I'd like to help, if there's any way that they see me being an extra voice out to the communities of the state to help promote the issues, then that's what I'll do.
So you're not going to promote gardening or kids' fitness, but rather just whatever their needs would be
for the administration. Part of it is that I have my own work to do, and that's what I do. And so all of this, I'm working out the balance between my private work and the public initiatives.
Can you talk about that balance at all?
Well, I'm learning still. So, this is an exceptional day. I haven't done this before. So, so this afternoon, hopefully, I'll have a couple of hours to be able to go back and finish some more painting.
You paint every day?
Mm-hmm. I try to, yeah.
So, have you done it today yet, or is
not
that
yet?
Still
No.
to come?
Yeah.
You like at least 15 minutes to paint. Is that right?
Well, or you go in and you ponder. You look at what you've produced, and some days it's like the best thing you've ever done, and then you return the next day and you go, what was that?
Sort of like writing.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Right.
It's very much the same.
So, too timid to be an exception, she became a type. Is my favorite.
Really?
Everything.
Oh.
Yeah, I have a couple actually, but I was wondering if you could explain what that means. Is it does it reflect yourself, or is it?
No, I was my thesis in master's thesis was on 3 paintings by Velázquez, and I've come to know his work, and I saw this painting of one of the Spanish princesses, and to see how her role had been constructed and constrained, and you can tell by the kind of clothing. And I saw this, and I should remember the quote where it came from, but and I thought, ooh, you know, to match. Yeah. And then around the edge of the painting are quotes from an etiquette book from the 17th century of, you know, how it is to be a woman, you know, a lady.
So how much time do you see yourself investing in Harrisburg, or is there any, can you characterize at all the amount of time you're expecting to be, you know, involved in First Lady activities, or?
You know, I don't know. You know, I'm still learning, you know, what the events, you know, what places I should be. But again, it you know, depends on the issues and that the administration, you know, is working on, and how I can help. And so I'm available as the need arises. So, you know, I don't think it's I can make you know, say, you know, X number, a certain amount of time or hours in a week or whatever. It's just whatever the need is, and you make yourself available to that.
And I read, like, one of the only pieces that I think have been written about you, and it was, you know, enigmatic was one of the words thrown out there, and it seems that people just have this curiosity about you, maybe because you're not, you know, the loudest person. What do you think about the fact that people are so curious about you and what kind of First Lady you're going to be?
You know, I don't know what to say. You know, it's, I'm surprised, I guess.